Yeah.
Which leads us
to fucking Enterprise, which, I mean, before he goes into his examples, I will fully admit that time travel is way too rampant in Enterprise, way too much, and Crewman Daniels and the whole temporal Cold Wars and shit like that. I'm not even gonna try to defend it. We're just gonna bitch about it, because it's just bad. It just is.
Yeah. So a couple episodes that came the entire temporal Cold War, which isn't limited to one episode.
Yeah.
They talk about it all the time. So that includes most of the episodes with like the Suliban and the Sphere Builders, and half the Xindi arc has weird shit in it too that's like time travel or near like paradoxical future past stuff, or
like not to jump in on your video, but let's just you just bring it up. All right, the time travel episode, going back in time and trying to kill off all the humans with the virus, just right there. Like, you end the game, even though they stopped them one time, you would just go again and again and again, and all you need to do is be one. All you need to do is have it once correct.
Yeah.
That's
theoretically,
you would get it. You have infinite chances if you have time travel. So like that whole episode just like is the perfect example.
It didn't work this one time. We're never going to try it again.
Yeah,
And I know this is against the backdrop of the entire Xindi arc, which also is pretty weird.
Ludicrous.
Like, just the setup from that too. Not to aside, but let's spend a small probe out to make sure that they know exactly who we are, where we came from, what our intentions are, and piss them off.
Yeah.
What?
And the fact that Enterprise, one ship, is able to defeat all of the Xindi.
Through cutting they're making an alliance with the Andorians.
Oh,
and
that's
able
true.
to, and Archer is so charismatic that he's able to subvert one of the leadership to his side as well. So, it's still not believable, but there are other things at play besides just the Enterprise. The Enterprise does get fucked up in combat and
all the time.
Stuff,
it's a Franken ship by the time they get back to Federation space.
And one of the best episodes is when they have to make the decision: are they going to steal this person's warp core so they can keep going to fight for the salvation of their people?
Yeah, and they fucking maroon people down. Archer takes some hard.
Enterprise has a lot of good shit in it, and it gets unfairly maligned. But there are some good reasons that it's maligned sometimes too. Some of these temporal Cold War shenanigans that are constantly at play, that are constantly popping around, and they keep like giving it away that Archer is super important to the universe.
Yeah. Without him, the Federation is never founded. I mean, dude, there are linchpin characters in multiple things, yes, but there's no one is so important that someone else couldn't have come along in a day or in a generation to form the same thing. It's just, that's just not how shit works.
Exactly. If it weren't Archer, the movement towards collectivity in space was already happening.
Yeah.
The alliances had already started to be forged, right? So, and if it weren't Archer, it would have been a different captain out there, and either way, it's not really important to my point.
Yeah.
That stuff is just, it's way too much in Enterprise. It's all over the place. And the worst one is seriously the one that I mentioned at the very beginning, 0 Hour. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where we not only have Nazis, which is a Star Trek staple, but we have alien Nazis, which is, and they're not just like alien Nazis look like human. No, these are like
full-on
lizardy kind of alien Nazi or dinosaur looking.
Yeah.
And they're time travelers.
Yeah.
So we get the Star Trek bullshit trifecta. Mm-hmm. Time travel, Nazis, and they're named alien Nazis.
Yeah.
And
at least they're smart enough, though. I mean, the only one thing I'll give them in their due is that they understood enough to say that their modern technology is too advanced for the technology of the day, which is sort of interesting when we go back to the chip revolution episode, because how does that work out with the same logic? But
that whole two-parter had no point either, except that it killed Silic. So Silic ended up being a good guy and dying.
Why?
And then we've got Archer doesn't actually die at the end of season 3, which again that leads into your point: don't kill characters to bring them back again.
Yep.
Because that means the sacrifice seems kind of lame. And also, why did he get thrown back in time because of his sacrifice? Let's not worry about that. Why did Enterprise get thrown back as well? Let's not worry about that. Why are those aliens there at all either? Because they're completely unrelated to that. Because they've been there for a while, obviously, because the entire war has changed course. Let's not worry about that. And also, when they ended up leaving, how did they correct all the fuckery?
Yeah, because you can't just... Yeah, exactly.
They didn't go back in time and fix that kind of stuff. So it was just like, okay, Now the United States has the world has a whole different outcome to World War II. Again, like I don't remember if they resolved this with some temporal agency bullshit. Crewman Daniels went back and fixed it all or something, but
extraterrestrials.
And why couldn't he have done that anyway? Why was Enterprise there at all? Why weren't the agents out there? The agents they seem to just exist when they're in trouble or whatever.
Yeah. It just exists when they're in trouble, and to move the players of the actual TV show into the past to do something important.
But it's totally pointless.
Yeah, but it is totally pointless.
Like,
no, I agree.
If you want to have Archer go on a space adventure where he disappears and comes back, sweet!
Do it.
But don't have him die. Send everybody back 250 years or whatever it is to World War II America. Change that history around just to play around with some Nazi aliens, only to kill them and thwart their plan. No duh. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? Like, there's a better way to start a season than that. I know there is. Yeah. I've seen other episodes of Star Trek that were better. Duh.
Yeah.
So again, time travel did not need to be a part of that at all. Nazis, seriously? We don't need to always go back to... I mean, the 60s were only 20 years away from, the Nazi problem. Let's call it that. Fascist problem. Welcome back. But, Gene Roddenberry and members of the cast literally, participated and fought in that war. So, of course, it's very prescient to them. And it was a great, easy way to use the costumes they had on hand to, shoot a quick episode that everybody was going to love because it has nothing to do with science fiction, really, when they meet the gangsters or they meet the Nazis.
Yeah.
Unintended consequences and learning the wrong lessons from history is a cool sci-fi problem. They just framed it with Nazis. Now, here we are in, literally 2002. Why you got to have Nazis in it again? You can't have anything else. You could just have bad aliens.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
And they didn't have to be fucking around with Earth at all. And you didn't have to be back in time. They can just be bad aliens doing things in the universe around you. They kidnapped you because they saw some shit happen with a Zindi. And they're like, ooh, what happened there? And you have some time travel shenanigans going on in you. And let's suck your blood out. I don't know. I don't really care. Anything better than time travel. Because at this point, after I've gone all through all this stuff, I am thoroughly sick of time travel.
You shall not silence the voice of the Lord, but sit now and behold the wickedness and shame of the guilty laid bare before you all.
Yeah, no, I mean, to parrot what you said very early on in this video, let's say 28 minutes ago, you stole the time travel schnick from me because I fucking hate time travel, but it's really great just to see you as animated as I normally am about time travel. And as I said, it was up to you to convince me that time travel is useless, especially in Star Trek in this respect. And yeah, you're right. All these episodes are stupid. Everything goes back to the way it was. It is basically a fucking sitcom. No lessons are learned.
Except for a couple small examples, yesterday's Enterprise was cool. And then, Little Green Men is hilarious.
And then
Trials and Tribulations gets a pass. But yeah.
Yeah. Most of them are just useless. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Yeah, time travel, especially in Star Trek, especially in Enterprise, way too overutilized. They need to dial it down. I mean, luckily though, there isn't a whole lot of time travel in New Trek.
What?
To a degree. I mean, there's
all of Discovery after season 3.
Fuck me. I'm just watching Discovery too, and I actually forgot about that because you just son of a. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm cutting that out.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for sticking with us on my rant about what I think the biggest problem with Star Trek is. Let us know in the comments what you think, if you agree or disagree, or I didn't watch it and want to talk to us about how God and Jesus need to be in our lives. That's fun. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Stay safe and happy, and Tchaikovsky.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Uh-oh. Which way did they go?
They went that away.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's all right.